What's going on, everyone? I've got another Black Ops 2 weapon guide for you today, and this time we're going to feature the M27 assault rifle. The M27 in Black Ops 2 has kind of replaced the M4 that we always get in those Modern Warfare titles. You know, the one that's part of a default loadout, and it's always got pretty decent stats all around, but most of all very low recoil. The M27 in real life is based on the HK416, which is based on the M4, which is based on that M16 AR-15 platform, so it's kind of like a descendant of the original M16 M4, and as we'll see in this guide, it's got some fairly similar traits in terms of features. In one area where the M27 doesn't follow the usual rules is the level where it's unlocked. The M27 is unlocked pretty late on at level 31, kind of like in the mid-range of your prestige, whereas the M4 and the M16 in previous games were always unlocked pretty early as one of the first weapons you can get your hands on. But let's get started. We'll look at the M27's general features as part of this weapon guide. Damage figures come in at 33 to 23, that equates to 4 to 5 shots to kill. And this is one of the main drawbacks to the weapon, as I'll talk about in just a second. We've got quite a few burst and semi-auto weapons in the assault rifle category, so that kind of extends the overall spectrum of damage figures, because those burst and semi-auto weapons always have high damage figures. But even in comparison to the other full auto weapons, it's at the bottom of the pile. The M27 does redeem itself with its recoil. The weapon will start to kick upwards slightly under long full auto fire, but in general it's a weapon that you can get away with holding your trigger finger down. Plus the iron sights on this weapon aren't too bad at all, and it's not a weapon you'll need to use an attachment slot in order to equip an optic. So moving on to some more detailed stats of the M27 in Black Ops 2. The M27 weighs in with a typical 30 round mag size, that's only behind the M8A1's 36, plus the extended clip attachment will increase that mag size to 40 rounds. Rate of fire for the M27 is the typical 720 rounds per minute. And just like its predecessors, the M16 and M4, the M27 weighs in with the fastest reload time at 1.95 seconds. Then to cover some general stats for the assault rifles, the aim speed is just behind the SMGs at 0.25 seconds, and you get that slight reduction of movement speed at 95%. So this weapon's got low recoil, good iron sights, the fastest reload time. There had to be a drawback somewhere in its stats, and this weapon's obviously been nerfed in terms of its damage ratings. In previous Call of Duties, we're all used to that 3 to 4 shot kill from assault rifles, so needing those extra shots at close and long range can come as a bit of a surprise. Unfortunately, when you combine this with a pretty average fire rate at 720 rounds per minute, plus the fact that all the SMGs also need 4 shots to kill close, but weigh in with a much faster fire rate, it's a weapon that's going to make you struggle at close range. If you run into an SMG guy or even a sniper at close range, even if you snap on target first, you can get about 3 shots out before they start opening fire and manage to get their 4 shots to kill out before you can land that deadly hit. If those damage ratings were along the lines of 40 to 30, which equated to that 3 to 4 shot kill that we're used to from previous games, it would have made this weapon much more versatile, and if you open fire first on someone, providing your shots were on target, you would just manage to secure that kill. It's annoying because that 33 damage figure is only 1 point off getting that 3 shot kill. Obviously 33 times 3 equals 99, so when you run into some SMG guy around a corner, get 3 shots out and then drop down dead, you're basically leaving him with 1% health. All you'd need to do is fart in his general direction and you get an easy kill. Even having 34 to 23 damage figures, which would mean a 3 to 5 shot kill, would make this weapon much more fun to use, but instead you've got to take on more of a slower, more tactical role with this assault rifle, and make sure you're using that cover to your advantage and move strategically around the map in order to enter into gunfights on your own terms. Two other assault rifles that have similar traits are the Type 25 and the MTAR. The Type 25 also suffers from those low damage figures, needing those 4 to 5 shots to kill, but the Type 25 also weighs in with 900 rounds per minute fire rate, which means it can hold its own against those SMG players, and if you snap on target first with that weapon, chances are you're going to get your required shots to kill out in time. On the other hand, we've got the MTAR, which also has a 720 rounds per minute fire rate, but this weapon has pretty decent damage figures at 40 to 24. So despite having much more recoil and a much slower reload time, this weapon will be more likely to keep you safe in those close range engagements. But let's move on and take a look at my recommendations of an attachment configuration for your M27. I probably wouldn't recommend the suppressor for a weapon that requires so many shots to kill, but with the M27 it's likely that you're going to lose out on gunfights at close range anyway, so you might as well accept that you'll need those 5 shots to kill and make the most of those benefits that the suppressor provides. Attach the silencer and the ghost perk and put as much distance between yourself and the rest of your team as possible. And go on your own little stealth mission, flanking around the side of the bad guys and using those tactical positions to take down enemies from afar. At least with this playstyle you can make the most of that low recoil, and as long as you can see an enemy anywhere on the map, you should have no problems taking him out. Because you need so many shots to kill, it's advised to run the extended clip attachment. Factoring in a few missed shots, you could only realistically take out about 3 bad guys with the default mag size requiring those 5 shots to kill. But having 40 rounds to spare will just give you that ability to take out maybe 4 or even 5 at a push. With the M27 having the fastest reload time, it's not like you're going to be put at a disadvantage when you eventually need to change that extended mag. Or if you've not maxed out this weapon's level, you could go with dual mags, which is going to grant you a super speedy reload time. If you're playing tactically and using those UAVs and cover to your advantage, you shouldn't really need the quick draw handle, since you shouldn't really be entering into any head-to-head gunfights. But if you just can't help but running straight into the action, then maybe the quick draw handle is just going to help keep you alive, and it's going to allow you to aim in that tad bit faster and hopefully land those 4 required shots to kill before you get gunned down. So that's about it for my guide to the M27 in Black Ops 2. Let me know your thoughts on this weapon down in the comments. Do you think bumping up those damage figures to 40, 30 or at least 40 to 23 would make this weapon more competitive, or do you think it would leave it too overpowered? As always, if you enjoyed my video or learned anything new, I'd love a thumbs up down below just to help spread the word and share the video with your friends. Adding a like on these videos is really the best way to get my videos more widespread exposure, so obviously it's something I really appreciate. If you've just stumbled across my videos, don't forget you can subscribe to stick around with plenty more of these Black Ops 2 weapon guides. And I also offer my advice on what kind of class setups you can run in game, both to get good scores and just to have some fun. There's a few episodes in this series so far, so you can always check out the link to the playlist down in the description in case you've missed any of those previous videos. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you all later. What's going on, everyone? I've got to do that.